Inktober Art Challenge, where did it come from? And what's the story behind it? Why is Inktober considered such an important challenge for artists? You might not know, but there are some interesting facts about Inktober. Hi, I'm Shimmer, and I'm passionate about cartoon-style drawings. Alongside teaching how to design fantasy and cartoon characters, I also like to expand your knowledge. So join me as we dive into the world of Inktober and start this challenge like a pro. You may have heard of the Inktober Challenge, but if it's your first time, here's what you need to know. This challenge takes place every year starting in October, and thousands of artists from all around the world participate. 31 days, 31 drawings. Everyone uses a simple tool, ink, to make a drawing every day. A famous artist called Jake Parker started Inktober in 2009 to sharpen his inking skills as well as others. In this video, I'll not only explain how you can participate in this challenge, but I'll also draw one of the official prompts myself. You can follow along with me step by step to learn how to create your own piece of art. I'll also share the official 2024 Inktober prompt list, making it easier for you to choose your drawing topics. For a start, let's take a look at the official prompt list. As you can see, each day has a word as the theme, which you can base your drawing on. I've decided to approach Inktober in my own unique way. What does that mean? It means that I'm going to display all 31 prompts in one poster. I feel like this is an interesting and different approach that will boost my drawing skills and creativity, but you can choose whichever prompts you like. For example, today's prompt is coin. This theme gives you a lot of freedom, whether you want to draw historical coins, fantasy coins, or even a coin you imagine yourself. Now that the prompt is clear, you can start with a simple sketch of your idea to get a better sense of what you'll create. When I usually start, I always begin with very simple and free lines to get a sense of how my drawing will sit on the page. Simplification is one of the key elements in design, and professional artists often use this method to create their artwork. Simplification means that you can represent your subject with basic lines, and once the initial sketch is complete, you can add details to finalize the piece. Once your initial sketch is ready, you can take a step back and see how your drawing is progressing. One of the key points in the Inktober challenge is not to be afraid of starting. You can always experiment in your sketches, and if something doesn't look right, you can change it. Now that the basic lines are complete, it's time to move on to adding more details. To make your drawing look more professional, you should use the technique of line weight. Paying attention to line weight means understanding which areas need bolder lines and which require lighter ones. With this in mind, start adding more details. If you're like me and create content for YouTube, you can record different stages of your drawing and share them as short videos. As you can see, after adding details and shading, the drawing becomes clearer. When I sketch, I try to focus on proportions and getting the sizes right. This makes the final drawing look much more professional. However, now that I often work in a fantasy style, my proportions are different from realistic ones. Now it's time to move from sketch to ink. This is the part of Inktober that might feel intimidating for many, because once you lay the ink down, there's no turning back. But don't worry, with a little care and focus, you can make the details look professional. The first thing you need to consider is which pens to use for inking. I usually go for pens with different thicknesses, a fine pen for detailing, and a thicker one for the main sections. You can see how I outline the initial sketch with a fine pen and then use thicker pens to emphasize more prominent details. It's always important to understand how to use shading with ink. This can make your work more dynamic. For example, you can add more shadows to create depth or use different line weights to show distance and proximity. Inking has its own techniques, and if you want to learn more, just message me on Instagram. I'll share key tips to help you improve your skills. Now, one thing that might happen at this stage is the mistakes that come up when working with ink. Everyone makes mistakes. Even when I'm inking, I might draw a line wrong, like here, where I drew a line a little longer than it should have been. But the good news is you can turn these mistakes into opportunities. For example, this extra line I made, I can turn it into something and add more details to my drawing. That's one of the exciting aspects of Inktober. It pushes you to think creatively and turn every mistake into something good. Once your drawing is finished, you can see how we've gone from a simple idea to a complete piece of art. Inking takes practice, but once you get into it, you can create some really amazing work. Inktober isn't just a challenge. It's an opportunity to push your creativity every day and improve your drawing skills. If you'd like to participate in this challenge, make sure to draw something based on today's prompt and share it with the hashtag Inktober. I'd really love to see your work. If you share your drawings with me, I might feature them in my upcoming videos. So grab your sketchbook right now and get started. Inktober is a global challenge well known in the art world, but there are several interesting and lesser-known facts about it. Once, the main goal of Inktober was to improve daily habits. Jake Parker, the founder of Inktober, started the challenge not only to improve his inking skills but also as a way to develop better daily habits. He wanted to instill discipline in his work, which is why the challenge revolves around creating one artwork each day throughout October. 2. Inktober doesn't require ink. Although the name Inktober comes from ink, artists worldwide participate using pencils, watercolors, and even digital art. This flexibility allows artists to express their creativity in various ways. 3. Unofficial prompt lists exist. While Jake Parker releases an official prompt list every year, many artists create unofficial lists with other themes. For example, some lists are based on movies, video games, or even humorous topics. You can choose any list and still be a part of the challenge. 4. Inktober is a major social platform for artists. Participating in Inktober helps artists showcase their work to a wider audience. By using the #Inktober hashtag, your work can be seen by thousands of other artists and art enthusiasts, boosting your profile and attracting new followers. 5. Helps overcome art block. For many artists, Inktober is a way to overcome problems like art block. The daily challenge of drawing forces them to create without overthinking or fearing the outcome. This consistent practice can help in reigniting creativity. 6. Inktober's evolution into print projects and sales. After Inktober, many artists publish their works as print packages or books. Some even use the challenge as an opportunity to create a series of related artworks, which they can sell as a book or a collection by the end of the challenge. 7. Inktober and learning time management. Creating 31 pieces of art in 31 days is a major time challenge. Throughout Inktober, artists often learn how to plan their work and manage their time each day, which can help them in larger future projects. 8. Controversies around Inktober's trademark. In 2020, Jake Parker trademarked Inktober, leading to some controversy. Some artists feared they could no longer use the name Inktober to sell their artwork. However, Parker clarified that the trademark was to prevent commercial misuse, and artists could still participate in the challenge. 9. Inktober and fostering group creativity. Inktober is not only an individual challenge, but also brings together large groups of artists on social media and in art communities. These interactions foster creativity and give artists the chance to inspire and learn from each other. You can sell your personal artwork as NFTs, and if you're lucky, you might sell them for a high price and become a millionaire. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it and leave your comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe. You can find the official 2024 Inktober prompt list at the end of the video. Bye.